Hello! Today I'd like to show you how to do a Dutch fishtail braid. So let's start. As you can see, I sectioned off quite a bit part on the right at the top, split it into two sections, and now I'm gonna cross these over. This is to avoid a gap that would usually form right at the beginning of this braid, and which doesn't look too pretty. So to avoid this, cross over the two main strands. Now, as for the fishtail braid itself, you'll have to do a reverse fishtail braid, which is taking the strands under instead of over, like in a regular fishtail braid or in a French fishtail braid. I have videos on those, so you can look those up as well. So I will section off, like scrape off a small strand from the main strand, cross it over, cross it under to the next main section. Repeat, section off, cross under. This is crucial to the Dutch effect, which is that the braid will sit on top of the hair. So this time I am crossing under another small piece, and now we'll have to add in hair to this strand. This is why I'm kind of holding the big part we don't need right now out of the way, and I'll go all the way to the temple and section off some more hair. Can you see? I took it all the way from the temple to the point where my braid is sitting. I smooth it out as much as I can, and then I add it into this one. Can you see? So, and now I cross this under by bringing this one back. Can you see? This now went under this strand and gets added into this one. Repeat on this side. Section off a small strand, cross it under. So, and now add hair to this strand. And in order to be able to do this, I like to put this one out of the way, which is what I did on the other side as well. Don't let this confuse you, please. It's just crossing the small strand under and adding in more hair to it. So I added in more hair. See? And now I fold this back and add these into the left strand. Continue. Section off, cross under, add in hair. The reason why I don't just take a strand from the front and put it in here, but I go all the way back, is because then you would see all those hairs going down, and that just wouldn't look pretty. So what we do is, what I'd like you to do anyway, is to go all the way to the back of the hair and add it in, then fold back this strand, so these strands went under this one, and add them in. So all you have is two main strands and then one piece that travels underneath and to which you add in more hair. And you take that hair from the front, like it's a small stripe of hair. Can you say that? It's a parallel line. Fold it back. So, wait, these belong here. Add it in. So you're back to two strands. Now, as you can see, all the hair coming from the top, that gets less and less. Sometimes I like to take this strand from here now, because this like wraps nicely around that left main strand, and this is all you do. So this folding the main strands out of the way can look confusing. You can, it's well possible that you find a better technique, like the way you hold the strands, that works better for you. I can just show you how I do it. I'm sure there's many ways to do this braid. So I'll just continue this all the way to the nape of the neck. Once you've added in all the hair, just continue the braid without adding in hair, just by sectioning off small pieces and bringing them under into the other main strand. This would be the reverse fishtail braid I mentioned earlier on. So section off, cross under, section off, cross under. What I'm gonna do now, before I reach the tips, is to pancake this braid. So I gently pull on the edges of the braid to give it more volume. So this brought quite some volume already, and I'm just gonna continue this all the way down. In general, you can say that the smaller the strands, the more intricate the braid will look in the end. So if you took like really big chunks, then it would look more like a regular Dutch braid. But if you take small strands, it's gonna be really intricate. I'd say that I took like medium-sized strands, not tiny, because I didn't want this video to be half an hour long. So you can see the difference between the pancake braid and the part of the braid and the non-pancake one. So, and this works a lot better on a Dutch fishtail braid than on a French one, because this one really sits on top of the hair and you can pancake it very nicely. So that's all there is. Hope this was useful for you. Happy braiding!